How much should I earn to be seen as successful? So I got this query over Reddit. It was posted as a question on a subreddit forum, and I wanted to give a different answer. So, first of all, what do you mean by seen as successful? Is it about you having a lot of money? Okay, but if it is for you, then who is stopping you to go from going from 100 million to 1 billion, or like if you're in India, 1 crore, 10 crore, 100 crore, 1000 crore, 10,000 crore rupees? Who's stopping you? As much as your effort and the luck of prize, or the mercy of God, and like that, that's totally up to you. The phrase is to be seen as successful. First of all, being successful is a total different thing. I'm not going to go into philosophical stuff over here. Let's talk a little bit practical and a little bit more from a higher order. The tendency to be wanting to be seen as successful, it is coming from a space of that you have not been treasured in. Obviously, most of us haven't. Child, I'm just trying to understand the actual need to be seen. This tendency comes from obviously a childhood where you have not been like revered enough, and that thing is always there. And to compensate that, you need to be seen. You might have the tendency to be seen very successful, like now I will show the world who I am. That tendency is there. That is always there. But making an efforts or earning to like, that is not going to solve that problem because nobody gives izzat. Like nobody gives that respect or reverence anymore. I mean, how many like if let's see money or the earning itself was giving that reverence, why are there so many people hating Mr. Musk or Mr. Bezos? Bezos, that's it. The idea is equating. I mean, if you see, especially this is true for India, an earning man, nobody is technically respected. Teachers are not respected. Your professors are like your bosses are not respected. Some people who are earning around 100 million are not respected. But this is something which people can conceive in a job, right? And yes, first of all, how much will you even earn in a job? There are certain limits even for 99 percentilers. If you have a very good pedigree from a college, you have done very extensively explicit work. There's still a limit. Let's ignore that news. I am paying 100 million or 1 billion per year. That is another propaganda, essentially to compensate for a damage, and there is to reinforce a deep-rooted pattern. I'll present a detailed, like the last time I presented a detailed analysis of this thing, I actually made a video. I got very bad thrashing comments on that. And somehow I don't see that, that video is not available. But there are some other deep-rooted patterns behind that, and that is being reinforced. Which, but I am just trying to understand the what would you achieve? Yeah, I understand this stuff, but I'm just trying to show you that earning like achievements will not come in that manner. What you're trying to achieve, if it is prestige, nobody is giving to you. Like that's not the way. The idea over like here is you should need to understand why you're earning. So obviously you should earn more money. No, nobody's stopping you. So the second perspective about it is and like earning more money to attract a partner. In Indian context, it's even more relative, and but it's even more relative in a global perspective as well. And this is a gender neutral video. Like some people like this is not uh, pertaining to any gender or sexuality or like any preferences. This is a neutral video for that. Sometimes you might have that maybe like this person which I am so enamored or flustered by, they might only come to me because let's say I'm going to really disobey the law of and I would like to put perception to this. Let's say I'm going to present this in the simplest manner I can show. Let's say among 0 to 100, your personality and that beauty quotient is, let's say, 60. Like now, please stay with me. Don't jump off because this is objectifying and all that. Like, I'm trying to put things in perspective over here. If from 0 to 100, let's say you think you are 60 or 50, now some awareness is always there. But you think if I add other things to the combo, especially money, you might have evaluated yourself on the way you look, the way you dress, the way you talk, your intellectual level, and everything. And let's say you say that if you want to attract, let's say I am here and my partner and the person who I fantasy is here. This can go either ways. I'm not specifically confining it to any gender, but let's say you feel you are here and you see that the partner you work like let's say you feel you're here and the partner you're trying to seek is somewhere here. The point is, if you're feeling this, there's a bias within humans that makes like even there's a chance you might be still slightly here or here maybe. But nine times out of 10, like 9 times out of 10, your actual status might be here. Now, obviously, you can scale up your earnings and earn and come up to somewhere here like that. But in this time, this person would have actually met somebody. And this is actually happening. I'm not making this up. I'm not fabricating all of this information. This is actually happening. So in this delta T, the time, these people left. And in that thing, the concept, like in pursuit of that money, your age and your bodily vigor and that luster has reduced. Not the rate of reduction would be something different, but in more often than not, it is reduced quite significantly. That luster, that body, that structure, like even the functioning of the body itself is very different. You're way different in your 30s than you're in 20s. You're way different in your 40s than in your 30s. So at some point, you need to understand it is just a fascination or that obsession over an expectation of that particular partner. It's something like in a dark bag, black bag. Let's say there's a big knapsack. In a black knapsack, you're looking for a black paper. This is trying to imagine a scenario in a black knapsack. You're trying to look for a black paper which isn't there. No matter how much you try, you won't get that. Earning money is nothing wrong. You scale up your earning. I'm usually like, I want more millionaires and billionaires out throughout the world. But perspective to seek glory. There's a problem, especially with Indian. So now the post was in an Indian subreddit group. And the problem with Indian middle class is like there is so much hunger to achieve prestige. That prestige is never coming nowhere. I mean, which person is revered now? So stop chasing this kind of prestige. That is one. And if you're expecting a partner or someone like that, try to lower and see people who might not expect it. Or unless you are only attracting people who expect so much from you. Maybe you have a mother like that, yeah, is never satisfied, or a father, or like, let's say, these are actually the things which happen. Matlab. Few things like you are a sweet child bringing a perfectly made sandcastle, and the mother says, "No, this is not good enough." Or let's say you bring perfect report card. This is at least relatable to everybody, and the mother says, "No, still not good enough." Chances are that mother herself or the father herself has not. So this is a more of a mother wound. That's what I'm saying. Chances are the mother or the father is a personality who himself is not very satisfied. And since neuropsychotic schemata is transferred genetically, some component is it. So you also have the tendency to never be satisfied. So there's going to come a point you're never satisfied. And it may be the case you want sexual relations with someone else, money of someone else, prestige of someone else, this person's happiness from someone else, like a tentacle spreading spider of how gross I can make a video. So like try to put things in perspective. Obviously, to live a life, you need to have this wheel. Otherwise, if you're running in a wheel which has spokes misaligned, if you have seen a bicycle wheel, the spokes are aligned in a way that hold up the circular structure. Imagine if the spokes are less than more. To in the pursuit of too much increasing, well, obviously, few other spokes will come down, or they might disbalance. Now, this is pretty simple. This is pretty basic, but it needs to be seen. Now, I'm not encouraging you to stop earning money, but keep the perspective. See, for if you want to connect with deep issues like these, you might want to and at certain point you feel that you're not as much in need of a therapist as much. Let's say you can connect to a consultant. Maybe there's actually some issue that you are stuck up in a dead end career or a job where the earnings are not going to scale up. And obviously, if you're easily replaceable, that exploitation will be there. So maybe connect with someone like me and then assess and evaluate. So I'm not a therapist. I'm a consultant. I don't generally give so I my job is to show you the actual clarity and where your situation stands, and probably we can go from there. And yeah, so if you liked this particular analysis, and if you liked the particular uh, examples that I gave, then please like this video, share this video, comment on it. If you hate it, also please comment, not an issue. And subscribe to Veria. And please share this the channel also across across your friends, family, enemies, anyone. Thank you.